What's up, guys? We are headed to another home game session in Springfield, Missouri. Going to be playing a little bit of 1-3 once again, as usual. Wanted to say thanks to everybody for all the support on the last video. It did really well. We're getting a lot of new subscribers right now, so it's great to see the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. It keeps me super motivated to make more videos and keep the content coming. So thank you guys for that. Today we're going to be looking to bounce back from a kind of rough session last time out. Not super happy with how we played, although I don't think it was terrible, except for maybe that weird ace-king hand. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get on our way, hop into the action, take you guys with me.
So the first hand we're gonna go over, we look down at ace-7 of clubs. We're starting the hand with about 300. That's pretty early in the session. We're under the gun +1. So I limp pre-flop and it goes like 6-hand to the flop. Don't really like this. I think I either need to fold or open from this early position, so I'm pretty sure ace-7 is just a fold. Anyway, flop comes down ace high with 1 club, so we're pretty happy with that flop, although everything's weird and off kilter because it's a limped pot. So I go ahead and lead out for 10, middle position player calls, and the cutoff makes it 30. I go ahead and make the call, and so does the middle position player. So interesting spot. I'm not really sure what he would be doing this with. I think flush draws make a lot of sense. Anyway, turn comes down the 6 of clubs. I check, middle position player checks, and the cutoff bet's 75, so a pretty hefty bet, making it still seem like flush draws are definitely in the old range there, trying to get us to fold, sort of a semi-bluff type situation. I go ahead and call, and the middle position player folds. So I think this call makes a lot of sense here now that we picked up a lot of outs to the absolute nuts. So I'm pretty happy with this call. It's still weird though because of the pre-flop limp. Anyway, river comes down the 2 of clubs. So we are pumped. We've got the nuts here. I decide to go ahead and check, which I think is a little bit questionable, especially if I'm putting him on the diamonds, because he's obviously just going to check back. So anyway, I do check. Unfortunately, the action checks through. I go ahead and show my hand and I'm good. My opponent shows us the ace of spades. So I'm not really sure what he had. I would think a ace may be stronger than us. Maybe he could have had something like ace 3 or ace jack, but I would hope that he would raise ace jack pre-flop. Surely he would. So anyway, we take down the first hand of the night. It's a pretty good one, so we're happy. So a little bit later on, we look down at ace 5 of clubs from the button. We're starting this hand with about 420. There are a couple of limps, and then the cutoff makes it 12. I go ahead and 3-bet here to 40, and the cutoff makes the call. All right, so I think I'm pretty happy with 3-betting this hand. I like to 3-bet some ace-5 suiteds. I think that's good to help balance out when I'm 3-betting my premium hands like ace-king plus. So flop comes down a very interesting one. Flop is king of clubs, 3 of diamonds, 2 of diamonds. So we flop a backdoor flush draw and a gut shot to the nuts. So kind of weird spot. Also, I'm gonna have ace king here a lot of the time. So the cutoff checks. I go ahead and lead out for 40 this time, and the cutoff makes the call. So not really sure what he's gonna be calling us with here. I guess he could have like king queen maybe, or something like that. I don't think he's gonna have ace king. Surely he would just raise us with that, but maybe he would just call. It's hard to tell in a home game. So the turn comes down the 10 of clubs. So now we have all the freaking draws in the entire world. The cutoff checks again, and this time I bet 65. I'm fairly happy with my sizing here. I'm not sure what he's going to call us with on the flop that he's now going to fold this miscellaneous turn card, unless it's exactly like a flush draw or like queen jack of diamonds or something like that, like some flush draw that doesn't have any other equity. But if he has queen jack of diamonds, like maybe queen 10, I'm not sure. But anyway, I bet 65 and he makes the fold. So we take this one down. Yeah, fairly happy with how I played. Obviously didn't get to see his hand. Would have liked to know what he's calling us with on that flop, that he's not going to call us on the turn. But anyway, we take it down. So a little while later, we look down at ace king offsuit from the cutoff. I'm starting this hand with about 400. There are 3 limpers and I make it 20. Under the gun and the hijack both call. So, okay, so we got some limp callers here. Things are about to get weird. Flop comes down 9 high with 2 spades. So I do have the king of spades, which is nice, but other than that, we don't get a whole lot. Under the gun bet's 15. Hijack calls, and I think that I should call here. I'm not 100% sure. I do make the call, It's a very small bet into this size pot, so I think we can just make the call and evaluate. The turn comes down the 4 of clubs, so now we've got 2 clubs out there. Under the gun bets 15 again. Hijack makes the call, and I call. This is a bad call. Just give this one up now. There's no reason to light another $15 on fire, even though it's such a tiny bet. If a king comes or an ace comes on the river, like, am I good? I don't even know. The river comes down, the 2 of diamonds. Under the gun bets 15 again. Hijack shoves all in. I obviously fold, which I should have done much earlier in this hand. And under the gun calls. Under the gun shows pocket kings, and the hijack shows 9-8 of hearts for a flop 2 pair. So as you can tell, this is a real weird hand. I don't know how I keep running ace king into pocket kings, but anyway, we got out of it. We lit at least an extra 15, maybe $30 on fire that we didn't need to, but at least it didn't get super expensive. The next hand we're going to look at, I've got queen 10 of hearts from the hijack. I'm starting this hand off with about 350. I go ahead and open to 10 over 1 limper. Only the small blind and the under the gun limper make the call. So the flop comes down a great one for us. Flop is queen 10-9. The action checks to me. I bet 20 and only the small blind calls. The turn is the 6 of diamonds. The small blind checks. I bet 30 and he makes the call. So we're pretty happy that we're getting some action here. The river is the 8 of hearts. So we're not super stoked about that. It brings almost everything through. Lucky enough for us, the action checks through. We don't have to make any tough decisions, and I'm good with my 2 pair. I go ahead and take this one down, and we're feeling pretty good. After we play a few more hands with nothing very interesting really taking place, we decide we've got 500 in front of us, time to rack up and head on out.
Well, guys, that's all for today's episode. As you can see from the graphic over to my left, I guess, it would be for you guys, we added that on to the total as well as our losing session from the last episode. Felt pretty good with how I played in this one, so fairly happy with the result. I did take off early to go play tennis, so I guess that's maybe a little bit questionable. Overall, pretty happy. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Sorry there weren't too many hands. I promise next episode we will have way more hands. So, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're closing in on that 1,000 subscriber mark pretty aggressively. Like, we're getting close, guys. So help us out. Help us make that little step. I think we're at 925 at the recording of this, so hopefully we can make it to that 1,000 mark with this video. That'd be pretty crazy. I haven't decided what I'm going to do as a celebration yet for the channel. I definitely am going to do something though. We'll do some sort of giveaway. I don't know if there's a kind of contest I could do or something like that. Maybe I'll do a celebratory stream myself playing some online or something like that, so I can talk to you guys and hang out for a while. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Have a good one.